Shalom, shalom. So we're here watching Pastor Rufus's latest video, and I had a serious question for Mr. Pastor Rufus um, regarding Straightway and some of the things that have come to light since then. Not even considering all the controversy surrounding Pastor Mir, but going back to the core issue that um, I guess started this whole thing with Straightway, between you and Straightway. I sincerely want to know um, if if because you said that the Saints are being done wrong at Straightway, right? And you were there for 14 years, and it wasn't until I guess after you were ousted, and I'm not sure. Again, I'm not speculating. I'm not. I don't know anything that went on within Straightway. I have no idea how those internal affairs work. All I know is, you were there 14 years. You got ousted for some reason. Uh, apparently there were people who actually wanted you ousted that were not named Pastor Dow, and that were a direct part of your congregation. That's what they were saying on that video anyway, at that big town hall meeting they had. Um, and I guess that's the story that on Dow's side that they've been sticking to. Um, but my question leads back to you had said something in your latest video, the Love Challenge, about how the Saints are being mistreated and not being given support if they decide to leave Straightway, or if they're kicked out of Straightway for any reason. And I just want to know, like, if that's the case, if that's true, and if you feel, because from what it sounds like, you feel that that is, you implied, you called them allegations, but was just that you implied that that's what's going on. And that for a certainty that that's what's going on. Now, not sure if this is whatever you heard from your source is going based on things that happened after you were ousted, or if these things were going on while you were there. I would like to know that first of all. If they happened while you were there, if you felt so strongly or so, if you wanted to protect the Saints, why haven't you said anything sooner? Um, but again, I don't know. Let me know what the real is. I would just like to, because I was just, from what I understand from everything I've heard so far about the way Straightway operates, is that a lot of people who come to the land, I'm not sure if they have to give up all their belongings. I'm not sure what the arrangement is for somebody to come and actually live amongst the Straightway fellowship. And because there have been a few videos that came out of brothers kind of speaking on their experience with the Straightway, and we'll take that at face value. A lot of people think Pastor Dow is kind of just intimidating people or putting them up to saying it, whatever. I don't know, whether that's how they actually feel about their experiences there. But a lot of them, all of them were, they seem to be very content, very, very, I guess, they liked it. Like I said, I don't know. In my spirit, I couldn't feel like somebody feeling coerced or anything like that. So I want you to tell me, because I don't know. And I just want to know, like, how does the actual assimilation process in Straightway works? Because I know that everything is it's a communal community. It's everybody kind of working together. So what do do people liquidate their assets and then bring all their money, and do they is it like a pool? Does everybody collect money? Because I heard that some guy only gets like $50 a month per person out in Straightway, Wisconsin. I'm not sure if that's a practice at all Straightway installments. But $50 a month per person doesn't seem like a lot. Of course, they get fed. I guess they have amenities, and all their needs are met. So, and then I guess they do, in order to support the ministry or the encampment, I guess everybody has works on some kind of business. So do the proceeds all funnel up to, I guess, the treasury of Straightway? I don't know what kind of accounting system or, uh, you know, I'm not sure what you guys do over there, but let me know how that works. Um, because if people really are finding it hard to leave Straightway and actually get their life back on track after Straightway, does that mean, so how does it work? Can you make money on your own outside of Straightway once you join Straightway? Can you can you yeah, can you make money on your own? Can you do your own business? Can you work for, say, a company outside of the within the Babylon system? Or can you have your own business and make your own money? Can you or do you have to literally give everything you make the Straightway? That's what I want to know. Because if that's the case, I'm just curious, like, how long has that been going on? If that's the case, if it's not the case, I'm glad to hear that. But it sounds like, from what I hear, people really don't, like, they have to give their all to Straightway in terms of whatever financial, monetary means, or with their time and effort. If you want to live on Straightway, you're gonna have to put your hands to the plow, and that's understandable. It's if that's what everybody agreed to. But yeah, it sounds like a lot of from what you're saying, a lot of people haven't agreed to that kind of thing. So they're being so-called abused, even though there are people who say otherwise, who have come out and said otherwise. And for me, it was just I was curious because when you left Straightway, um, all glory to Yah, and all praise to Yah. I'm so glad that you had a supposedly seemingly a very smooth transition. You got a nice. It seems like you have a nice abode, a nice house. You kind of just didn't skip a beat. You know. So I'm not sure. Like, did you have the means to do so already set up? It was just It just seemed like a pretty fast transition. So, in your personal experience, it doesn't seem that be so devastating. The way you were basically immediately booted from Straightway. Um, why is it then, if that's your experience, how come the other saints are having a difficult time transitioning in such a manner? Because if they had to give everything up, and if they felt compelled to do that, that explains it. But I don't know, you know, you know, I'm not sure. Just let me know. Why is it that the Saints are finding it so hard to leave Straightway, but others aren't? I would like to know that. And this question is directed to Pastor Dow too. This ain't just to Pastor Rufus. And Pastor Rufus, I definitely still am interested in speaking. We never got the chance to speak on the topic. I don't necessarily want to speak about that topic. You said you didn't want to talk about it anymore, but you were talking about it a lot after that. So I'm not sure why you don't want to talk to me about it. You know, I have no horse in this race except to hear the truth and the full truth and nothing but the truth according to the Most High Yah and His righteous perfect judgment. Um, you know, Obviously I have my opinions on. I have opinions. Everybody has opinions, but I don't move based on opinions. I move based on what I see and what I hear, um, and so that goes both ways. Like, I don't get too high on people. I don't get too low on people. You know, I'm gonna ask you the question straight up, and we're gonna deduce the truth from what you or anyone says, and what it actually appears to be on the surface. And that's how journalism works. Real journalism, not this fake news they got going on in the world today. So yeah, I just had those questions for you, Pastor Rufus. Uh, I've seen a couple videos from other people, saying that you were complicit in others being basically done wrong on their way out of Straightway in previous situations. I don't know. There was a young lady. I can't remember her name right now. I'll probably put it in the description after I finish recording this, and so you can go check that video out of her allegations against you. Which I'm not sure the actual extent of the allegations are. All she seemed to imply was that you did her you treated her just as nasty as Dowell would treat others, as everyone's kind of painting Dowell out to be this evil man, you know. So she said that you also did the same thing when she was forced out of Straightway, and her husband. So I'm just curious about that too. Um, and yeah, um, that's it. Was it? I'm very glad that a lot of truth is starting to come out on a lot of other different things pertaining to Straightway. I do believe that Pastor Dow has a lot to answer for. I do believe that the Israelite community as a whole deserves answers, because if Pastor Dow's trying to, he's using, he's using this I guess his idea of righteousness, his brand of righteousness, to say that that's how it should be done. Straightway is the only way, or straightway is the right way, or of course we know that he's not like saying he's the only one that's, he's never put himself on that kind of pedestal from what I could see, as if he's the only one who knows how to handle this transition, I would call it. But yeah, because he's using a very sensitive faith based approach to promoting his ministry. We got to look at that. We got to look at that stuff carefully. Um, it deserves scrutiny from the people that you're trying to convince and to attract in order to keep this ministry going. Kind of like a church. I don't want to call it Straightway. Straightway's not. I don't know if it's got any churchy kind of elements to it, but just saying that's kind of how churches operate. Um, they kind of twist and skew the word and try to prop themselves up as this stalwart to attract people so they can continue to do their ministry. And in the church we taught, so they can continue to pull that slot machine, that ATM, and all that. So, yeah, that's my question for Dow specifically, because there's a lot of people. I've seen other situations outside of Straightway where people are led to believe that by people who are kind of charismatic like you, and seem to have all the answers, and they seem to be able to pull a lot of resources together quickly, and you know, and for whatever uh, reason the Most High blessed you with that. That's hallelujah. But we have to be careful. I truly believe Pastor Dow at some point, at least in the past, was sincere, and he probably still is in his plate. But I've seen a lot of disturbing behavior, and seen a disturbing side of him come out throughout this whole thing, where it really does sometimes sound like he doesn't feel he can do any wrong, and that he's above reproach and above correction and above being questioned about anything. He kind of, he kind of give you that Donald Trump spirit. As much as he likes to talk about Trump and all that, it kind of give me Trump vibes. It's kind of weird. So, yeah, I'm just curious, because you have a huge responsibility if you believe in this. If you believe in this faith like you say you do, you have a huge responsibility to the Most High to not lead His people astray. Whether you're doing it knowingly or whether you're doing it, whether you've been shrouded, your judgment's been shrouded. I guess by maybe your pride, or if it's ego, or if it's some might call it greed, or I don't know. I don't know what the exact issue is there, but you have a responsibility to make sure that your intentions are always honest and pure if you're going to be doing something in the name of the Most High. And so I'm sincerely asking you, Pastor Dow, to divulge me in answering some of these questions, and same to you, Pastor Rufus, because we did see a 14-year-old boy look like he almost got beat to death, And if y'all really sincere about wanting to see change and wanting to ensure that no one else is treated that way, men, women, or children, then it's something we need to talk about. So if you're sincere, I would um, I would hope that you will make a video response or reach out to me directly. We can talk about it privately. Um, yeah, that's all I got. Might have more later after I meditate and pray a little bit more on this. But I definitely wanted to get these questions out, get this message out. That yeah, if we're serious about changing as a people and actually living in common unity, then we need to be open, honest, and not above reproach. Shalom.